Hello, this is Soundout here, and today we'll be reviewing the Gundam Seed Destiny Ultra Edition Blu-ray set.
It's morphin' time!
Now, I'm looking forward to looking into the Seed Destiny set. Before we do that, we need to take care of something from last year. So for those that may not have seen the video, it's on my channel. I did review the Gundam Seed Ultra Edition Blu-ray, and in the video I did mention that there was an issue with the video, because for whatever reason there was a mix-up between Sunrise and Nozomi, and Sunrise ended up giving Nozomi the HD broadcast version and not the HD Blu-ray master. And there was a slight difference. They added some animation tweaks, they worked on some dialogue, so there is a difference, but it's something that I think most people wouldn't have noticed. But the fact that the eagle-eyed fans had noticed that they did use the HD broadcast version and not the HD home video version, and Nozomi Entertainment's response was, we're going to look into that, and Sunrise's response was, we didn't know there was a difference, here's the correct masters, is pretty amazing. Because there's other Japanese companies that I'm not going to name by name, but they their name starts with the letter T, and they wouldn't do anything like that. So I'm really glad that Nozomi and Sunrise were able to fix it, and Nozomi said they'd replace all the discs in the set. And here it is. So these showed up in about, I think, May or June of this year. Not exactly sure, but these were just sent to me by Nozomi. They sent to everyone that ordered the set through them, which it was a Right Stuff exclusive. So if you order it through Right Stuff, the disc got sent automatically. And I believe if you order the set now, because it was listed as out of stock for a while, if you order the set now, you get the actual HD Blu-ray. So the ones who pre-ordered it are the ones that have the HD broadcast masters. And I've already swapped the discs, but these were the cases they came in. And on the back, it has a statement, which if you'd like to pause and read, there you go. That is totally an option. And what was really nice about these is that they marked them as HD home video. They also replaced the SD discs because I think one person had mentioned that the black levels were a little off on the SD Blu-ray version of Seed, and they seem to have fixed that and replaced those discs as well. So I'm very glad they went the whole 10 yards here. They replaced all 13 discs. And they said, you don't have to send back the broadcast version, just here you go, here's your proper Blu-ray. And then on top of that, they threw in a coupon code, which I was able to use to upgrade some of my Gundam DVDs to Blu-ray. So thank you, Nozomi and Sunrise, for being so awesome to not only realize, oh no, we made a mistake, but also say, we're going to replace all 13 discs, because that's a lot of discs, and I'm sure it cost them a chunk of money. And I'm very grateful. And so for that, I'm very happy to review the Seed Destiny set. So I got this in. This was, interestingly, this was delayed because there's been a shortage of disc cases from manufacturers and suppliers. So companies like Discotech Media have been talking about this recently, that there has been they get the discs back, but they don't have cases to put them in. So this was delayed for that, and I think the discs were delayed coming from the replicator. So this was supposed to have been out at the beginning of November, but it actually came out at the beginning of December. That's my pre-order shipped, and honestly, I didn't mind not having to pay that $230 cost in November and pushing it off a month. That definitely helped. But I will say that this set is, it's $230, just like with Seed, which, I mean, they make really nice companions. So these are both really expensive sets. I know Seed's gone on sale a couple times, and Seed Destiny is $230. Same as Seed. These sets contain a lot of stuff for an anime release, and that's why they're so expensive. But for those kind of wondering if there's going to be a standard release, they said there would be. We haven't gotten confirmation yet. It seems they keep pushing off the standard release, possibly due to the case shortages. They wanted to get the Ultra Editions out. But if you don't want, every version of the show, and you just want the nice HD versions of both, then wait it out, because there is a standard release coming. So now, with all that preamble aside, let's get to the actual set itself, because I think this thing is gorgeous. It's funny, because I think Gundam Seed Destiny has a bad reputation that it totally deserves. The show itself, I don't hate, because I've seen other Gundam stuff that I dislike more, but I'm also kind of one of those crazy Gundam fans that ends up liking everything, and I'm actually looking forward to watching this show again. It's kind of a bizarre, half we're retreading Seed and half we're doing complete insanity. Case in point, so we got a Shin Asuka with what were meant to be his, additional 2 characters as the main characters, and on the back we have Shin Asuka with Kira Yamato and Athrun Zala, who totally take over the show, just like they did with Seed, which is kind of one of my problems. They were like, oh hey, here's these new characters, and just kidding, it's all about the old guys. But anyways, on the back here we got a plot description, and then the contents list, which I'm going to run through this, and then we'll talk about it again as we go through. So it includes the entire 50-episode HD remastered version of the TV series, the Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Stargazer spinoff, the original SD version of the TV series, the Final Plus OVA dossier, the 4 special edition movies, digital extras including an interview with director Mitsuo Fukuda, line producer Harumi Ikea, director's concept music videos, textless openings, textless endings, Gundam Seed character theater short, promotional videos, and commercials. Also a 120-page art book. So much like the original Seed set, this actually contains a lot of bonus features on top of the book itself, which I think is nice, because some of the other Gundam releases are a little lighter in that category. And yeah, putting these side by side, you know, they match up pretty dang well. As you can see there, very similar looks, very similar styling, which I really like. Same with the back, you know, similar fonts and all that. And you can see that Seed Destiny is a bit thicker because of Stargazer, but it is roughly in that same style. And I actually really like the consistency there. So let's crack into it. So the slipcover is actually a tighter fit, and in fact the entire like inner slipcase is a tighter fit, I think because this book ended up being a little thicker than they anticipated. So it does take a little bit of work. The Seed one slides off with no issue. The Destiny one, you're gonna have to pull kind of hard. So as we can see here, we got the full version of the artwork inside. Same with the back, which looks really nice. And then on the side here, we've got the contents. So let's start by going through the Blu-ray cases. So first up, we have the Gundam Seed Destiny HD Remaster Project Collection 1. Now, I have checked this against whatever I could find online. It's really hard to find anything about like what the differences are between the HD broadcast and HD Blu-ray. I know people know the differences, but no one really shares. So I couldn't confirm 100% this is the HD home video release, but Nozomi said prior to the set being solicited, and it was around the time they were replacing the discs for Seed, they said, don't worry, Seed Destiny will be the home video version. We've double, triple checked. It's going to be the correct version. So I'm going to go off their word and the fact that nothing in here contradicted. One of the biggest things to notice in the Seed one was when they had the HD mecha comparison, and it didn't match the footage that we had in the episodes. But I checked all that. It seems like everything is good to go. If it's not, I'll make an update video of some kind. On the back, we got kind of, you know, more battle scenes there. Again, Seed Destiny has really nice mobile suit designs. I think that's probably one of the show's biggest strengths. So we got Shin on disc 1, we've got Shin, Rei, and Luna Maria. Then we've got Athern, Shin, Rei, Luna Maria. We've got, is that supposed to be Rei? I don't know. Anyways, we've got some of the other pilots from Zaft. And then we've got Shin and Stella! So there is that. Also on the inside, if you want to have a different cover option, you got this one, which has Atherin and Kagale, and then the Sword Impulse Gundam. So that's pretty cool. And it does still have the same spine, so if you want different art, that is an option. So pretty cool overall. Then next up, Collection 2. Oh, I should mention this because I just glossed over it. Each of these discs has 5 episodes and a handful of bonus features on them. So there's no compression artifacts or anything like that. So here we got, you know, Shin and Kira and Athern, which is on the back side of the cover, and then on the back we've got the, I think it's in the Infinite Justice and the Destiny Gundam. Inside, disc 6, Kagale, disc 7, Kagale and Athern, or is that Kagale and Shin? Or is that Stella? You know what, I want to keep moving on and not worry about this. There's Rei again, there's Lacuse Klein, and we have Kira and Athern. And this has always been a funny art with like Kira grabbing Athern's arm. Like, they definitely knew their audience. And then also the reversible cover on this one has Kira Yamato there, and then the sword, was that out? That's the Force Impulse fighting the Freedom, which is an iconic moment from the show for various reasons that upset various groups. All right, so next up we have the Gundam Seed Destiny standard definition. So this is a standard definition Blu-ray. So on the cover we got Kira and Lacuse, and then we've got the Strike Freedom, and on the back we got Athern and Kagale. So that is Kagale on the other one. I think the other disc was Stella. Kagale and Stella are drawn like so similar, it's ridiculous. Same with Shin and Athern. And then with the Infinite Justice. So here's similar art to one of the other discs. We got Shin, Rei, Luna Maria, Kira Athern, Kira Strike Freedom. And then just like with the others, we've got the inner cover, which has Kira, Strike Freedom, Athern, Infinite Justice. So there is that. And yes, just like with Seed, you've got Inside, we have 25 episodes on a disc. This is standard definition on Blu-ray. So this will have your original dub. The HD will have the new dub, which we'll talk about in a moment. And then this is also contains Final Plus. Final Plus was an OVA because people hated the ending to Seed Destiny. So they tweaked it by kind of taking the last 2 or 3 episodes, merging them together and writing a new ending. I actually prefer Final Plus to the ending of the show. And they worked Final Plus into the HD version, which is pretty nice. And then this is the special editions, which is 4 compilation movies for the show. And then lastly, probably the biggest deal in the set is Gundam Seed Stargazer, because Stargazer was a spin-off they did after the show. It was a 3-part OVA. There's the Stargazer Gundam on the back. And this one has never been released in North America before, so this is a first for the Seed universe. So there's the Stargazer Gundam on there, and this is Japanese only, while the rest of it does have English dubs, because this had never been dubbed and never released prior. So let's talk what's missing. The Gundam Astray shorts are not included in the set, and the reason why is because of licensing. Those shorts had a very specific release window from what I understand, and because of that, they weren't able to include them, but they did certainly ask for them. So overall, you're getting 2 versions of the show, plus the special editions, plus Stargazer, plus you got 2 different dubs. So speaking of the new dub, I haven't seen a cast list posted online, so I took a screenshot from, or I didn't take a screenshot, I took a picture of my TV. But if you're wondering what the English dub cast is, here it is from episode 50's credits. So if you're wondering who is voicing whom that is new to the Seed Destiny cast, there you go. And I believe it's everybody from Seed carry forward as well. Honestly, I said this in the first one, and I know people don't agree with me, and that's fine. I didn't grow up on the original dubs for Seed and Seed Destiny, so I'm not super attached to them. And in fact, I find that, having watched both dubs for both shows at this point, I kind of prefer the new dub, and that's only because I think that I like more of the cast members in the new dub than I did from the old dub, because I think that there's like some that are really good in the original dubs, but then there's some that are better in the new dub. So I don't really think that either of them is superior to the other. I think they're about equal, so I'm going to just take the nicer video quality, the HD version. That's a personal opinion. I'm not saying that it's a superior dub, but for me, when I'm watching it, I sort of get, when I'm watching the original dub, I get kind of this early 2000s anime dub vibe, whereas the new dub is kind of more modern dubbing standards. So I know not everyone will agree with that, but that's just how I feel after having listened to the dubs. And I do appreciate the new dubs fixing some of the pronunciations, like, Lacus being fixed to Lacus, which is closer to the Japanese, and Diarca being fixed to Dirka, which is, again, closer to the Japanese. So, again, take it or leave it. If you want both dubs, it's the only way to get it. If you're going to wait for the single release, you'll get the new dub, which I think is totally fine. I think the new dub is actually probably pretty dang good, just like I think the old dub's pretty dang good. It's just a matter of personal choice. So let's talk about this art book. So the art and data of Gundam Seed Destiny, we have, some of the same artwork that's on all of this, because there's just, I guess, a limited amount of Seed Destiny artwork. But anyways, it's like this with the Seed set too. So this one is actually, it was listed as 120 pages, but it actually comes out to 121. It's pretty thick. We've got original, so this is the HD remaster artworks. This is stuff from the Japanese Blu-ray releases. They're individual volumes and covers, which is pretty neat. I love this one of the Destiny. It's pretty nice. And then we got some of the SD artwork from its DVD releases or just promotional campaigns, that sort of thing, which is pretty cool overall. And then going forward, just like with the Seed set, you've got the individual booklets that came with each HD remaster volume, which has maps, character guides, mobile suit guides. I always love mobile suit guides. Those are pretty nice. And then it has a breakdown of when the episode aired, when the HD remaster was streaming, when it was airing, when it was on TV, that sort of thing. And it goes through like the directors, the animators, the songs used, and then it does that in 4 chunks basically for each part of the show. So that's pretty cool. And as you can see, it just keeps going and going on that same track. It doesn't have as many details about the remaster process like the Seed one did, probably because it's just that, but more. You also get an interview with director Mitsu Fukuda on Seed and Seed Destiny, which is pretty cool. I love having translated interviews. And then a glossary of terms for the Seed universe. So pretty dang good overall. I really do think that Nozomi does a great job with their art books, and I like that we're getting these kind of normal-sized ones again, because I did like the size of the G Gundam and the 00 ones, but I like the art books being this size, so it's always personal choice. But overall, I think that the Seed Destiny set, if you like Seed Destiny or you like the Seed universe or you're a Gundam completionist, it's something to get. But I imagine a lot of people may just wait till the HD versions on Blu-ray separately and may wait for a single release of Stargazer, which I believe is happening. They didn't say that Stargazer was exclusive to the set. They did say that the SD version was exclusive and the special editions as well. So anything that's here is exclusive to these sets, but I believe Stargazer is getting to get a single release, which, you know, will be good for a lot of people because that will fill in a gap from the old days. So conclusively, for a lot of people, Seed Destiny for $230 on an Ultra Edition Blu-ray is just simply not worth it because of the show itself. And what's interesting is that we're in a point in time where I feel like this might be our last Ultra Edition. And that's just based on the fact that this is our last mainline Gundam to be released on Blu-ray in North America. So as kind of the last Ultra Edition, it feels a little weird, but it had to be done to match Seed, first of all, and then to also be sure to release the SD version, they had to do an Ultra Edition format, even though this isn't a beloved series like the other Ultra Editions. So I do recommend it if you do want a nice big box set that contains every version of Gundam Seed Destiny that matches your Gundam Seed set. For a lot of people, they may want to own Seed Destiny but not spend $230 and will wait for those single releases. So I hope this video was informative enough to help you make your decision. I personally think that if you are looking to have a matching set of Seed and Seed Destiny, if you want the original dub and the SD version, this is the way to go. But honestly, you'd probably be better off with the HD version only on Blu-ray if you're looking to not spend $230 per show. This is a chunk of money, so make your decisions wisely. Also, if you are wanting the Ultra Edition set but don't want to pay that full price, I would recommend waiting for some sales. Right Stuff has been putting the Seed set on sale, they put the 00 and the G set on sale. These won't last forever, but it definitely seems like they'll be around for a bit longer than normal, and especially a bit longer than Wing, because, well, that was Wing. Conclusively, I do recommend the Seed Destiny set, but make sure it's something you really want. And if you've never seen Seed Destiny and you're going to go sight unseen into a $230 purchase, I would hesitate and watch the show because it is not a show that everyone likes. I personally don't mind it that much. I just kind of wish it was better. I prefer Seed, but I do really like the mobile suits, and with the HD version, the mobile suits look really, really pretty. Sometimes it's the shallow things, but overall, I think it makes a good companion to Seed, but it is a kind of harder recommendation just because the show is not as well loved. So overall, I think the Ultra Editions were a really cool way to get fancier, nicer versions of these shows out to North American fans and give us stuff that only like the Japanese releases would get. So I'm very glad that we did have Ultra Editions in our lives. I think overall the best one was probably the 00, just for pure value, but you know, I love the G Gundam one. This one was G Gundam was the most fun. 00 had the best value. The Seed sets are the nicest looking, and the Wing set, I wish the box was different because this thing is just a crate. Overall, I mean, it was really cool having these special fancy editions. And hey, I'll throw in Narrative's special edition we got with a booklet. That was just, you know, a nice little bonus. I don't really know what else they could do in the Ultra Edition format without going back and redoing some shows. Gundam X with a dub and an art book and the manga that came with the Japanese version, please. Honestly, it just doesn't seem like we're gonna get any because guess what? We're at a crossroad where almost every Gundam release has happened now. There are very few things we don't have on Blu-ray from Nozomi Entertainment. So when you include the Iron-Blooded Orphans Funimation release, the only things that have been unreleased in Blu-ray or DVD in the modern era of Gundam since Nozomi took over the license includes the original Mobile Suit SD Gundam shorts, G-Savior live action film, Superior Defender Gundam Force, which would be really great because that did air here in America. We also are missing SD Gundam Sangoku and Brave Battle Warriors, which actually like that show. Model Suit Gunpla Beginners Building G, Mobile Suit Gundam San, some more recent stuff, Twilight Axis, which we could forget exists, that would be great, SD Gundam World Sangoku Soketsuden and SD Gundam World Heroes, as well as Gundam Build Divers Re-Rise, which I imagine might be the next release, the Reconquista and G compilation movies, which are likely going to compile as one thing, Gundam Build Divers Batlog and Gundam Breaker Batlog, as well as Gundam Hathaway, which hopefully can escape Netflix onto a nice Blu-ray. And and then there's some assorted short films in between. But overall, we have like 80% of Gundam on Blu-ray in North America. It would be great if we could get the Turn A movies on Blu-ray. I know Gundam Evolve does not have a Blu-ray source, but I'd like the Turn A movies at least. And maybe now with the big Seed projects out of the way, Nozomi Entertainment can roll out some more releases for us and maybe get us some of those missing gaps. Maybe do the SD stuff. The SD stuff recently got a Blu-ray in Japan, so let's have it. I will buy all the SD Gundam. SD Gundam Ultra Edition, I'm there. Sign me up. But yeah, hopefully we can get some gaps filled out, or at least get Build Divers Re-Rise soon, because hey, these are great releases, and I'm really happy we're at this point. This is absolutely incredible that we have this much of Gundam on Blu-ray in North America. So that does it for this review. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, leave a comment down below and tell me what your favorite Gundam series is. Hit subscribe and the notification bell to keep up with future uploads. In case you didn't know, I did a review on the 1996 Gundam X Real Scale G controller, so go check that out if you haven't had a chance. Also be sure to check out Hero Club at hero-club.com for Gundam news and more, and my awesome graphic designer on Twitter at darkclaw643. And until next time, this is Soundout saying goodbye.